Hey, what is up, you guys? Kokozing Valley Model Railroad speaking. Well, I've been going through a little bit of my collection, and I found an engine I can review tonight. It's the Bicentennial U-boat type diesel locomotive, Bachmann 1976 first generation version Bachmann diesel engine with the can motor design on the inside. When I say the can motor, it's like the first generation, but they're heavy metal. They have a cast. It's all cast. Uh, just all metal body. Well, all metal chassis, I mean. It's a really beautiful locomotive. It does have work forward lights. Now, it does have horn hook couplers on it. It's old. It's been through a lot. When I bought the engine, it wasn't like brand new, and I had a friend of mine that had one of the Seaboard version I had, and I wanted to keep the N&W one, so I kept the Norfolk and Western version. So it's an interesting locomotive. It's one of the best engines I have in my collection when it pulls freight trains on my layout at the farm. It is a really good puller. It'll pull maybe up to 20 some cars at most, maybe at 10 when it's comfortable. It's got this gearing sound on it, and I can't figure out why. It runs smooth in reverse, but in forward mode, I can hear a grinding on the back gears on the engine. So wait just a minute, you guys, and I'll open up the inside so you could take a look at the inside of the locomotive. Now here's the locomotive from the inside, what it looks like, and there's the motor. When I say it looks like a can motor, it's like the first generation version before everything went to pancake drive, which, some of them are good. But I like this one because it has the can motor style inside of it. And it's not a split chassis, I think. Because most of the older engines are all split chassis. Now, I can't figure out why it's clicking like that, if anybody's got their problem with this type of Bachmann diesel engine. Runs perfectly fine in reverse, but in forward position, it's coming off that back truck, and I'm trying to figure out why it's clicking like that. I don't know if it's a gear problem or something like that. I'll have to crack it open one of these days and take a look for myself. So, yeah, it's an interesting locomotive. All in all, it's an interesting engine. The switch cuts it out every time I use it, so then I flip the power around and use it again. Oops, it won't come the right way. Come on. So, see, it runs perfectly fine in reverse. Boy. Hate it when it does that. So if anybody has a problem with one of these engines, please let me know in the comments below if anybody has a problem with this type of diesel engine. I'm just curious if anybody has the same issue as me. One of these days I'll have to take this weight off and see why it's acting up like this. And I don't like it when it acts up like this, but it is a solid chassis. I think it might be a split chassis, but I don't really know until I open it. I think it is a solid chassis. But I prefer this version compared to the split chassis because they're a hassle to tear apart and work on, but people like to work on them, that's fine, but I like the solid chassis, but I don't mind some split chassis if they run good. But hope you guys have a wonderful night. This is Kokozing Valley Model Railroad signing out.